As some of you know, I retired back in March, and this is now August, almost Labor Day. And last year, to prepare for retirement this year, I bought a tractor. I bought a little BX 2370 tractor. I've never had one in my life, but I thought if I was going to retire, I needed a tractor. So I bought this 2015. I bought it in, I think it was April of 2016. It only had 37 hours on it. So I've had it for almost a year and a half, and it's now got 150 hours on it. So I put about 110 hours on it or so, but I've used it quite a bit, mowing grass and the style jobs around the house. But when I bought the tractor, I started going on YouTube and started pulling up different information about Kubota tractors, and I've learned a lot on YouTube about these tractors. And there was one gentleman up in Canada, Paul Short, who has a specialty repair shop, and he has a BX 25, and he did all kind of modifications to his tractor. So I started doing some to mine. So I wanted to share with you some of the things I've done to my tractor. These things I've bought, I've not made anything. These are all I bought, things I've bought either on I've either bought from BX Expanded, and I'll have a link down in the bottom with the source of where I got each one of these pieces. But I bought everything, so I've not made anything. Paul's done a great job fabricating and building things for his tractor, but I don't have those resources, and obviously not the experience and expertise that he has. But just wanted to walk through some of these things I've added to it, make it a little more pimped out, if you will. The first thing I did was I bought these hooks. I think these are called Ken's hooks. The bucket did not have any hooks on it, so I bought these. I think this was the first thing I did. Bought them. I think they were like, I don't know, 50 bucks or so. And I'll have a link in the description, like I said. But just drill 2 holes and put these in. And I've been thinking about putting another one in the center. He makes another one to put going in the center. But have used these a lot, hooking a chain to it, hooking ropes to it, so forth. Can't pull a lot of weight because you don't want to bend your arms on your tractor, but you know, if you're doing minor things, it really works out well. Gives you a place to hook stuff. Also, it gives a good place for tie downs when I trailer the tractor and go somewhere. So very inexpensive, very easy to put on. There's a template, drill 4 holes, put them in, no problem. Something else I bought, which I really, really love, and that's this Piranha Bar. This cutting bar on the front. Purchased that, I think, from BX Expanded as well. Very easy to install. Just 2 bolts. Drill 2 holes on each side. That thing really, really cuts dirt, brush, anything. Makes it a lot easier to pick things up. It's rather sharp, so you have to be careful not to get around it. But those are 2 things I did first. And then something I've just recently done is I've added these V-hooks here. Bought these at Harbor Freight. I think they're rated for 10,000 pounds each, but I put one on here on on the front, and there's one on the back. And I put these on here to tie the tractor down when I was trailer it. I've been taking it different places, and that D-ring really helps to latch it down. And 10,000 pound braking strength, which I feel like is plenty strong enough. Something else I did this last winter, is I added these lights to it. Paul has got some really, really neat lights on his, and I've seen lights on other tractors, but I added these. I bought these, I think, from Amazon. I did not drill holes in the ROPS. Did not want to compromise that. So I just bought some U-bolts and took a piece of treated wood, painted it black. Bought these on Amazon. They were very inexpensive. I think I bought all 4 of them for like $80. And I bought these 2 switches to go with it. These wiring harnesses. They were really easy to wire in. Just wired them straight into the battery. I've got fuses here. And I got one for the front and then one for the back. And I've got them kind of loosely on here so I can adjust them as I need it. So if I'm mowing or if I'm spreading dirt or whatever, or scraping snow at night, they're real easy to move. Next thing I bought was, here's another little feature I bought from BX Expanded, a little toolbox, and has come in really, really handy. Again, it was easy to put on. I can't recall what it cost, but it was like 60 bucks or so. Not a lot of money, but really nice place to put various pins and Got some sunscreen, got some mosquito spray, just a few odds and ends, a few wrenches. Great place just to carry a few things, nothing elaborate. Things you might need out in the yard or in the field or something. And the next thing I think I bought was the toolbox. This big carrier here on the back. It's I don't recall where I purchased it, but it was a little bit more expensive. I mean, it was like $150 or so, but it was very easy to attach. This has got U-bolts here on each side, and got a lot of different things in it. It's kind of a catch-all. Got gloves, pliers, got the weed eater from the earlier video on the weed eater trim string. Got that in here. Got a little cheap cooler. I've not been able to find a cooler that actually fits this, and this is kind of a spur of the moment thing I did. My wife actually picked that up at a dollar store, and but it works well. It keeps a few drinks in it. If you're out mowing, out cutting wood, or out even in the snow, it's good to have a place to have a few drinks. Put a bag of ice in it, works real well. When installing this toolbox, be real careful about how low you put it on the rocks. There's a kind of a sweet spot here. You can't put it all the way up because of the swivel here, but you don't want to put it too low, because if you do, you'll hit it with the top link on the tractor when you put an attachment on. So you can see I bent this a little bit here at the bottom, and that was because I had an attachment and the top link all the way out, and I pulled it up and it hit right here. So you got to be careful that you make sure that you raise this up when you put it on. And also, here's something else I added too. I forgot this. I added a fire extinguisher. So I just attached it to the side of the toolbox here. That's something that should come standard on all tractors, but it doesn't, because you never know when you may have a fire with your tractor, or you may have a fire out in the field. So that's something else I added as well. Another feature I put on it just recently was I put these little grippers here. There's one on each side. So it's a good place to put my weed eater. So I go mow the neighbors' yards. I got 3 or 4 people here in the neighborhood that I mow yards for, and this gives me a place to put my weed eater to. There's one on each side. It was very easy to put on. This has got, I think, 2 bolts on each one. Another advantage of putting it where I did is it's about waist high, so it's real easy to gas up the weed eater, to have it bend over, and on this end it's the right height to be able to change the line. This is something else I failed to mention in the video about the wire trimmer. So you can see I had it in, and it wore down pretty easy. So you can turn these things around, reinsert them. It's like brand new. So you don't want to throw them away just because they wear out on the end. You can turn them around and use them again. Again, very inexpensive, but very useful. I can put a shovel, an axe, weed eater, put a pole saw on it, and it's kind of out of the way. You just got to be careful when you're trying to mow with it. Make sure it's not on there. One of the last things to show you was I put wheel spacers on the wheel. There's these wheel spacers that I purchased that gives the tractor a wider stance. I found a few places where it was kind of a little tippy, wanted to turn over, and wasn't really that dangerous, but it just kind of gave me an uneasy feeling. So I bought these, and you got to be careful because I think they make various sizes. They're like 1.5 inches, 2 inch, 3 inch. But this BX tractor will only accept the 1.5 inches. If you go more than 1.5 inches, you get out here and you run into the belly mower. If you don't have a belly mower, 3 inches will work fine. But it added 3 inches to the stance, which really helps it as far as when you're on the side of a hill or something. And those were easy to install. Jacked the tractor up, took them off, took the lugs off, put that on, tighten it up, put the lugs back on it. It's very easy to put on. Like I said, everything I've done to it's been just easy. I'm not a fabricator. So I purchased them, put them on, and the last thing I've got to put on is this spinner that my wife actually bought me for anniversary. It goes on the steering wheel. It's one of these spinners that goes on the steering wheel. I've got one on my boat. It works really nice on the boat. So she bought me one for our anniversary, so I got to put that on. I've not put it on yet. But looking for any other suggestions, comments, please add in the comments. Anybody's got any other suggestions on what to add? Like I said, I can't weld and build and fabricate things, but I can certainly use any comments or any suggestions on other things I should add to it. Thanks for watching. God bless, and please be sure to subscribe and share those comments with us. Thanks.